Welcome, YouTube pedal nerds, to my Thomann compressor limiter demo. This is a pretty much classic pedal by now, and it is one of the best compressors, if you ask me, that you can get. Then again, I have not tried all compressors. I mean, there's definitely some great ones out there. This is one of them. Most compressors you feel, like the MXR Dynacomp, it's more like a feel thing. It makes it slightly ploppy, takes the high end off a little bit, but it's not the really hearing it thing. This thing can squish your signal. That's why it's also a limiter. It can really completely limit everything you do, and it has more controls than some other compressors. I'm using my LSL T-Bone Telecaster, going into the compressor limiter through the red repeat in case we want some delay for some reason. Into the Thomann Custom Shop 50, back there all blurry, into the 212 cab loaded with vintage 30s, mic'd with a Sennheiser E609 mic. Okay, and here's my clean sound. Straight into the Custom Shop 50. So let's take some single note stuff, okay? Very nice and spanky. What happens is this threshold, the lower you go, the more it will compress. Right now you see the busy LED, which very few compressors have, which is very cool, is not on. So it's really not compressing, it's just adding volume. So if you see, if I adjust the level, there's no effect at all. So now my level goes over the threshold, so therefore the compressor starts working and makes it quieter, obviously. Let's play an A. So now I'm adjusting the volume to go back up to what the compressor took off. So at equal volume, it is fuller, obviously, because it's bringing all the quiet stuff up. That's exactly what I want from a compressor. How cool is that? This comp thing is probably my ratio, so the higher it is, the more it will squish your sound. So for every dB that goes in, 1 dB goes out, that would be no compression at all. For every 2 dB that go in, 1 dB goes out, which means instead of going louder, louder, louder. It's the louder you go, it kind of rolls off, and it doesn't give you the same. It gives you half what you put in. That's kind of 2-to-1. And I've no idea what the ratios are here, but I'm gonna crank it up. You see, there I have a chance to actually still get louder if I wanted to. No matter what I do, I'm staying at the same volume. That's kind of nice. If I really wanted to, I could take threshold down and squish my signal. You see, the busy light is now really red all the time. So if I'm taking up my gain, that means that chord will ring forever. Response is probably how fast the compressor grabs your signal and squishes it down, which is probably to preserve the attack. On most compressors that might be called attack. I'm just guessing here. No, not really. So I don't quite know what that does. Well, you just heard it. Oh, it's also not on. I'm an idiot. God, I'm an idiot. Obviously, for lead sounds, it'll make your notes stay there forever. One of the few chicken picking licks I can play. I cannot do this! I can't get that picking. Why can't I do this anymore? The thing is, once you start playing with this, you don't want to stop. So, with a little bit of delay, we could have beautiful. Here's what I think. So here we have the Thomann compressor limiter. This is from the Pro series, which means they are going to run you over €200. I think this is about 240, which is there's quite a few pedals in that price range, and they're called boutique or whatever you want to call them. This most certainly is. I like the Pro series because that's what it's for. It's a professional tool. Don't you guys? Yeah. This guy's got one too, so he definitely likes it. I'm not sure, but I think all the ones in the Pro series come with a power cord. Okay? You actually plug them straight into the wall, which is a bummer if you're building a pedal board. I think they want 12 volt. I'm not sure, DC or whatever. I have power supplies that give you this, so it would be nice to have this as an option. So I can actually plug this into my board with my 12 volt. Maybe it's AC, but I have power supplies that can do that. And that way, this could be resting on my board and my main power supply powers it. But you have to use this. So the fact is, right now on my live board, I'm using a more, yellow comp, which does the job. I'd rather use this. But on my board, the space for the compressor, you have to make compromises, is limited, and this is a little bit bigger. And of course, it would require an extra piece of power. Comes with a rubber thing at the bottom, kind of a neoprene thing, so not to slip away, but you can just put the Velcro right on there. The fact that you see that the compressor is working, and that's actually like a multi-stage LED where the harder it's working, the brighter rate it is, that's just great. You have more than just your threshold and your gain. You have an actual ratio, I think, which is the comp. You have an attack kind of knobby, which I think is the response. It is the best compressor I have here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 or something. So not major on the compressors here, but for me right now, this is so far the best one. It can spank, totally limit and kill your sound and give you that bah! And it can bring the nice notes out. It can do anything a compressor is supposed to do. Thomann compressor limiter is a great tool. With the power cable, slightly limiting, but if you're cool with that, this is the tool to get from the Pro series. Way to go, Thomann.